Why did it take until the mid-19th century for Americans to start eating lunch? Were they too having to fork over $19 for a salad? Let's dig in. The word lunch was not even used until the 1800s. It came from luncheon, which came from nuncheon, an Anglo-Saxon word that meant small snack between meals. Although both upper and lower classes eventually partook in lunch, their methods of getting there were quite different. Before lunch, the poors broke their fast upon waking and enjoyed dinner around 2 or 3 o'clock. They could easily pop back home from their nearby school, field, or shop. They woke way earlier than your average bear today and went to bed earlier because artificial lighting of any kind was expensive. Candles were pricey, they couldn't afford gas lighting, so it just made sense to begin your honk shoe when it got dark outside. The upper classes could afford to eat later at night. Many of them had nowhere to go in the morning. They enjoyed flexing on their guests with the latest technology, whether it was gas lighting or electricity, but some actually did prefer to stick with candle lights because it was softer for the features. At fancy dinners and balls, it became fashionable to begin eating at 10 and then eating again in the early hours of the morning. As it became more fashionable for dinners to be pushed back later and later, the ladies and gentlemen began feeling peckish. If they breakfasted at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., those 10 p.m. dinners sure took a while to get there. So they began eating a light lunch, and they could also have a light afternoon tea. But back to the lower classes. When the Industrial Revolution reared its ugly head, more and more people began commuting into the city to work, making it more difficult for them to pop back home and enjoy their 2 to 3 p.m. dinners. So they would pack a lunch pail with them with a sandwich and wait until they were officially off work later to enjoy their dinner with the entire family.